L.A.
Oh. The NBA tips off tonight. Major League Baseball set the stage for the World Series last night, but sadly we live in South Florida, so we got to talk about those depressing Dolphins.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. We are live from the Boca Raton, right at the 10th tee, as we have lots of amateur golfers underway at the Boca Raton Bowl golf outing. This is one of the lead-in events to the 2025 Boca Raton Bowl. It is one of the favorites of many of our partners, friends, and also, of course, community members out here. People swinging the clubs, all in good fun, little scramble play, all after a late night of everybody staying up late watching Championship Series baseball, and of course a doubleheader on Monday Night Football, which, by the way, C-Cat, who's not on the other side of the glass on the 1s and 2s, he's out here next to me instead of swinging his clubs because he's not a golfer, he's a scrub.
Yeah.
C-Cat, that was our last Monday Night Football doubleheader of the year.
Yeah, I watched the first half of the third quarter of the Seahawks-Texans game, and I kind of got my fill.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm good. I got a great baseball game that I watched. I saw George Springer make me feel something for the Blue Jays, which I thought was impossible. And that was the emotional high that could not have been topped from my sports viewing experience last night. Nothing that could happen in Seahawks-Texans, especially a fight, would get my excitement level as high as it did with the Blue Jays.
Are you saying this because, like, the George Springer thing, is he the one guy on the Blue Jays that could have hit that level of home run that made you feel good about it?
Well, the thing is, George Springer was an Astro, and he was in the cheating scandal.
Oh, so wait, why would you like that then?
Because I am a sucker for a great crowd reaction. That's the sad story about it. And a lot of great crowd reactions come at the expense of my favorite teams.
Yeah.
A lot of good crowd reactions come in favor of my favorite teams. Like when you go back to 2017, Cleveland Indians versus New York Yankees, Francisco Lindor hit a grand slam that went off the foul pole. Great crowd reaction. It's hard to beat that pop of the crowd when that ball hit the foul pole. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted the Mariners to win, that game was in Toronto. And with George Springer down by 2, hits a 3-run home run in the 7th inning, it's hard to not appreciate that decibel level climb to the 114s like we saw when that ball went out.
I will say, I mean, as somebody who called his shot and said that this would happen because we talked about what happened in '93 for the Blue Jays, and I said it's going to happen again tonight because, damn it, I won't be watching. I feel good about it as well. And I didn't watch, and I found out afterwards, and I was happy to see it.
Yeah, they wanted to say the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Game 6 home run that turned it from a 4-0 lead to a 5-0 lead was that moment. No. It was last night. That was the biggest home run since the Joe Carter home run to win the World Series back-to-back champs back in 93-94. It was bigger than Jose Bautista with the classic bat flip, the first meme in baseball history, what it felt like.
Yeah, that's good.
That home run by George Springer was bigger than that.
Well, that home run sent the Blue Jays to the World Series. They get the, I guess you can say, the privilege of playing the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I don't think anybody believes that's going to go favorably for them. We are, just for anybody watching on the YouTube stream at ESPN West Palm, we are right behind the green of the 9th hole here at the Boca Raton, and C-Cat just flinched as if a ball was coming right towards us, but there's nobody even on the damn course.
That was a body language indicator of I've got something else to say on the topic. That
wasn't you flinching.
No, that was and another thing.
We could get hit by a ball right now.
Yes.
So you can't. Yeah, that was your boy who crawls wolf. Cries wolf. Cries wolf. Okay, what the hell do you have to say about the game? The Blue Jays do have home field advantage.
Okay. So there's that.
Yeah, well, the Dodgers have the advantage of having an alien. They have the advantage of having Shohei Ohtani, who, as big as that home run was by George Springer, I don't think anything's going to happen in the next 5 years in baseball bigger than what Ohtani was able to do in the championship series.
More importantly, the Dodgers have the advantage of having an alien and not having to pay the alien money by having him on a deferred contract where he's making like $1.5 million a year to be the biggest X factor in Major League Baseball history.
That's probably the biggest. That's the biggest advantage in sports right now, Shohei Ohtani. He's the single biggest advantage in sports, especially in that sport specifically, because, yes, you don't have a salary cap, so you can just spend at will, but to be able to not have to spend at will and be able to still – because they're still like top 5 in the payroll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's the Mets, it's the Dodgers. Who else is in that?
But the Yankees are up there. Red Sox are up there, too.
Yankees, Red Sox going to be there. So they're still paying like everybody else, but they have that guy not only take up that small of a salary, but then also be able to pitch and hit for you at an elite level. That is a cheat code. Greater than the cheat code that Travis Hunter can be for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and even greater than the depression that is on set, that is happening far and wide throughout South Florida when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. Yes, good people. I'm sorry to do it to you. I mean, again, I hate to do it, especially as we're sitting out here. I'm seeing the big pink house. I see the beautiful foliage, the palm trees, this pristine greens of the golf course here at the Boca Raton. And I got to talk about the lowly Miami Dolphins, but they're forcing me. We found out officially yesterday that not only are the Miami Dolphins keeping head coach Mike McDaniel, despite the disappointing start to the season, he is keeping Tua Tagovailoa as his starting quarterback at least for another week. The quarterback room for the Dolphins right now, Tua, Quinn Ewers, and Zach Wilson. Now, we did see a little glimpse of Quinn Ewers throughout the preseason. We saw him make his NFL debut on Sunday when the Dolphins were getting bludgeoned by the Browns on the road.
Almost had more passing yards than Tua in his limited snaps.
That's what's crazy about it, because Tua had 12 completions and 100 yards, but he had the whole game to get there, whereas Quinn Ewers played half of a quarter. That's to be fair, I don't even care about the results or the stats of the game in Cleveland. What I do care about is the fact that the dysfunction of the Dolphins, their inability to get out of their own way, and then also their doubling down of their own mistakes and their inability to create some kind of change that can invoke any level of inspiration in either their fan base, their locker room, or, damn it, for the people that have to cover them and talk about them on a day-to-day basis. They are absolutely the most depressing story right now in sports, and it has so much more to do with the hefty expectations they brought onto themselves with that 2023 season. It's almost like the child, not the kid who you've known since he was 7 years old wasn't going to amount to be nothing, so you've given up on him already.
Yeah.
He's the kid that showed promise, the kid that won the spelling bee, the kid who was always first in line. And
most likely to be president. He won that his senior year in the yearbook. And then you go back to your hometown, your senior year of college, and you see him at your exit of your town begging for change.
It is absolutely derailing. So much pride, and that's the reason why I say the Dolphins are the most depressing story in sports, is because there was hope there. Where we see destitute and no faith and a fan base that has lost all of its eagerness to go and show up for games and root on them. Now you're watching them and you're saying, just 2 years ago we were calling out the greatest show on turf, or excuse me, greatest show on surf. We were calling them the Legion of Zoom. Tyreek Hill was one of the most fun players in all of the NFL. Just at the beginning of last NFL season, he was the #1 player on the NFL Top 100.
Yeah.
Now, not only is he out for the season, before that injury even happened on Monday Night Football against the Jets, it seemed like the Dolphins season was already over based on his play and Tua's inability to get the ball to him. This is absolutely depressing. And as a person who has to be alongside this and has to listen to the national media takes that start right here on ESPN 106.3 on Unsportsmanlike from 6 to 10 a.m., that go through on First Take and Get Up, and then you got to watch people talk about it on the other networks, and then you see all the tweets, and everybody's talking about the Miami Dolphins, and the worst part about it is there's no change coming. There's nothing on the horizon to look forward to. It's absolutely depressing.
It is depressing because there are cities that can wrap their arms around bad teams. We have entire cities embracing being the loser. Miami doesn't really have that capability. In order for Miami to care about your team, you got to be good.
Yeah.
So it goes from good to average to bad, and you immediately go from bad to apathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bad. Like, we don't care about it. We'll go to Hard Rock Stadium when the Hurricanes are in town or there's a massive concert. That is it. Or when F1 comes to town. Wait, that's where the Dolphins play? I forgot about that.
Right.
It is going to complete apathy when it comes to the Miami Dolphins, which I think you taught me this saying. Like, the opposite of love is apathy, not hate.
Yeah.
Like, it's turning that towards the Dolphins where it's hard to hate the Dolphins even if you're a Dolphins fan. Even though the Dolphins are giving you absolute trash on a week-in and week-out basis, you don't go into visceral hate to where you want to get mad at them and call into the radio show. You just stop caring about the Dolphins, and that is horrible. To be fortunate enough to have an NFL football team in your city that a lot of cities would die for, would kill for. You know, Utah, Salt Lake City would love to have a football team. But we have one in Miami, and we don't care to talk about it because they're that depressing and that sad.
That
How
is
much
the
it would
thing.
help our job if the Dolphins were good or competent or playing football, playoff football, but they're not.
And they just were.
Yeah.
Like, just 2 years ago, they were. And a year ago, they were on the precipice of doing so, but injuries derailed it. And you can – that's part of sports. That's part of life. When things happen like what happened to Tua, is it disappointing? Yes. But at the end of the day, you can at least lead off your statements about the Dolphins with, if Tua is healthy, then. Now, 10 interceptions in and 6 losses already. You can't even go if-then with the Dolphins. They just absolutely stink, and there's no end in sight, and they owe him $50 million guaranteed next year as well. So Tua is likely your starting quarterback, not just this season, but next season. I look around the NFL at these other decrepit situations, and I'm like, sure, the Browns are going through it a little bit, but they got a fun running back in Quinshon Judkins. They got a top-5 defensive lineman to show from last year in the draft. Oh, and also they have 2 first-round picks next year and no real committal to any quarterback not named Deshaun Watson, who, again, they can get off their books after next year. And he's not even out there playing football, so you kind of forget about him.
Yeah, it's
you gotta
not in your
forget about
face.
that contract. Only the Haslams are being impacted by that contract right now. If you're a Browns fan, there's at least hope of what 26 is going to look like. If you're a Giants fan, you have the excitement of Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo. You have the wonder of, okay, who will be the head coach? Because I don't know if Daboll still survives. It feels like he saved his job, and then now it feels a little shaky again. But still, you know at the very least you have a fun team. You can enjoy the ride, even if it ends in you going up 19-zip and then losing because you gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter. It's still fun. I look at even the Jets. Even the Jets, C-Cat. When you can look at a team that is winless, that we just got announced, right? It's official. Tyrod Taylor's going to start. Justin Fields got benched. That's official.
Yes, that
Okay.
is by Rich Simini.
Rich
He did
Cimini.
say Simini. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I just,
Are
same,
you
same thing.
the Italian in the bunch?
I mean, I just was trying to help you out. I mean,
So,
I know
Rich,
it's
Rich Simini.
I know an Italian, Mike Rizzo. So the Jets, who are going to Tyrod Taylor, who have Justin Fields right now, who have been abysmal, who the Dolphins' only win of the season came against them. Again, at the very least with the Jets, you don't owe your quarterback $50 million next year, and also you're a bit used to being this way.
Yeah.
There has been no, like, Aaron Rodgers came in and gave you some false hope, but you found out really quickly into that tenure that was not going to work out, and you're the freaking Jets. You're the freaking Jets. You have the second worst streak in football right now behind only the Miami Dolphins, who have gone now 25 years. It's going to be 25 years without a playoff win. The Jets, I think this will be year 15 in a row without making the playoffs. But at least last time you made the playoffs, you were knocking on the door of the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, the Miami Dolphins right now are the most depressing story in sports, and I can't help but feel a little bit lethargic when I see that this is a thing on everybody's mind. I'm curious for the good people that listen to and tap in with us here on Theoretically Speaking. Are you exhausted on the Miami Dolphins season? What is the one word you would use to describe the 2025 Miami Dolphins? As we know now, Tua's job is likely safe into and possibly through next season. Mike McDaniel ain't going nowhere at least until the offseason. And on top of all of that, you don't know who the hell is going to be alongside them, because it sounds like from all the reports of all the insiders, Adam Schefter and the bunch, they're likely going to be sellers at the deadline. I mean, by week 10, week 11, you could be showing up to Hard Rock Stadium and watching me and C-Cat line up for those Miami Dolphins. I saw a couple of names of the guys that's going to be starting at defensive back.
I would take the vet minimum.
I would take half of that.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It depends on who we're playing. I don't want to play any of those real physical bunches. I want to play somebody – like I would rather line up against the Dolphins than play for them. They get pushed around a lot.
At DB, that's where they're limited right now. That's where they're thin.
If you had to pick a position to play, I would have to be an outside corner.
Outside corner?
Not really in the run fit as much.
No, you know what I would do? I would play inside linebacker, so everyone's respecting you a little bit more. Like, wow, C-Cat, you could take the easy way out. You could have put you in anywhere. I'm an inside linebacker. First snap, you do one of those things where it looks like you maybe
fake an injury.
Exactly.
Yes,
you pop an Achilles.
Yes.
You think about that feels like the easiest injury to fake, where you just stretch your leg, go, and then you pound the ground.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be out with you guys. This is the worst. Was it Fred Warner who popped an Achilles when he was running onto the field for the 49ers?
No, that was Drake Greenlaw.
Yes, Drake Greenlaw who did that. That's what I would do, except on the field.
Yeah.
And then I'd cash my game check, pay for my student loans, and then tweet about the Dolphins season, and Miami fans would hate me. That's what would happen.
Is it bad that I have an inkling that a couple of players have done that to the Miami Dolphins who I will not name?
Just tap out?
In the past 3 years, multiple players who I have an inkling that came here with the specific intent in mind of getting a few game checks, signing a season contract with some guarantees in it.
Are you talking about like a really good receiver? Are you talking about someone who mixed the wrong medications on a flight and got arrested for it?
I don't want to say.
Those are very strong allegations towards Odell Beckham Jr.
I didn't say it. C-Cat said that. And look, Darren Waller might be on the same game.
You think so? You
Darren
think
Waller might be on the same game? He's looking around that locker room. He's like, man, I can't do this, man. I can't do this.
I don't know. He had a couple of good games in a row, Darren Waller did.
Yeah.
He probably has a lot of – no, I think you're wrong with Darren Waller. I think it's not even the pride. I'm sure that he signed a contract that had it in his best interest to go for incentives. That's what I would say about Darren Waller. I think if you're taking Darren Waller out of retirement – they're probably saying you got to make it worth our while at the very least.
I thought a golf ball just hit over here, whereas instead we just got our table slapped by Don Dufresne, who's probably hit more water than fairways today anyway, so he's used to that target. No, but C-Cat, I can't. I'm looking at Darren Waller's contract right now, and again, I do want to pitch it to the Dolphins fans, and I'm curious if you guys feel the same way. And his signing bonus, by the way, I think was he does. You're right. He has a lot of incentives in there, so he's got to hit some numbers before he can fake an injury. For Dolphins fans, what's the one word you would use to describe your season? What is the one word you would use to describe how you feel about this team? For me, it is depression, and I am being empathetic towards you. And I'm curious what you think about your own squad. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline.
Speaking of faking injuries so they don't have to do their job, someone that is on our team is faking an injury to not do their job today.
Who's faking an injury, man?
And she goes by the name of Tina Costanza, who took a sip of alcohol and now is like, sorry, can't join the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that her out?
Yeah, it's like, the 45 minutes that you promised? Can't do it. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, F45. Sorry, Vitacost. I can't talk glowingly about your wonderful businesses.
That's crazy.
Just so she can have a little bit of tequila.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. She said, sorry, guys, I accidentally let some alcohol touch my lips, and now I can't join the show.
Oh, my God.
What
she
an excuse.
tripped and fell and then, into a puddle of alcohol, and it went down her gullet.
Why'd you make it sound like it was it happened to her?
This is just ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Okay, 888-760-3776. Number one, what should be the punishment for Tina for taking a sip of alcohol to cancel herself out from our show today? But then also, how do you feel about the Dolphins season so far? Because I feel like it is downright depressing, but maybe I'm being a little exaggerative. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. And speaking of Baptist Health, welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care. I have my Baptist Health towel with me right here. It is a pink towel. It is great because I'm going to fill it with ice later, and as the sun is beaming down on me, it's going to provide me with great comfort. But Baptist Health Orthopedic Care isn't just about providing towels that can hold you ice and cool you down in the sun. No. Baptist Health is here for you. You with the sports injury. You who picked up a little bit of an ankle sprain playing pickleball. Maybe you were playing a little padel and a ball bounced off the wall and hit you the wrong way on your shoulder and you got something that it just ain't feeling the same way anymore. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. BaptistHealth.net/ortho. I want to get you back to the life that you know and you love. I want to get you back to the activities that you appreciate the most. I want you to feel like your younger self, and the only way to be able to do so is to get you on with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. BaptistHealth.net/ortho. Learn more right now and tap in with the good people on the Baptist Health Hotline. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. We want to take from Don right here.
Yes, Don. I want to know how. Is it the ninth hole? How did the ninth hole went?
Tell us how the ninth hole went. We're at the Boca Raton Bowl golf outing.
This is the 18th hole. The
18th
hole went very well. We just birdied it.
Not to brag.
Mike put the ball a foot from the hole.
Mike, how did it feel when that ball got planted a foot from the hole?
Felt really good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
Did you tap it in, or did y'all just take it?
We tapped it in.
Okay, just making sure.
Good. No gimmies.
He said that on the record. By the way, I'll be giving out the awards at the MC in the award ceremony, so I will make sure to discredit y'all if you do win. I will make sure to do so. And go Canes. I need them to bounce back. Derek is in West Palm Beach. Derek is joining us on the Baptist Health Hotline. And Derek, I'm guessing you are a Dolphins fan. How are you feeling? What's one word you would use to describe the Dolphins season so far?
Dumpster fire. Trash.
Wait, say that again. I couldn't hear you. Say that again, Derek.
Dumpster fire. Trash.
Yeah.
Garbage. The season is over. It's in rebuild mode. But my thing is, it's not as much as McDaniel and Tua, okay? As much as why is Chris Greer still our general manager? He's not making the picks. Everybody, it doesn't take a rocket science to know that Miami has not had a great offensive line. Even when Marino was playing, they didn't have a great offensive line. They only had 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen ever to play. That was Richmond Webb and Keith Sims, if anybody can remember back that far. They've always had a bad offensive line.
Derek, I think your question, I think I can answer it as to why is Chris Greer still the general manager. And the answer to that is his boss, the owner, Stephen Ross, is worried about limiting ESPN West Palm's parking instead of what's going on with the team that he owns. He's too worried about the real estate side of things. It's City Place in West Palm Beach and less concerned about touchdowns being scored on Sundays. That might be the answer to your question.
That makes a lot of sense. Because we don't need you guys parking down on Flagler just to walk back to work every day.
Thank you.
Even though we do have a safe police department. I mean, you don't need to do that. That don't make sense.
We don't need to do that, Derek.
It's depressing.
Would you, Derek, I have a quick question. I'm curious about this. I appreciate you, Derek. A quick question before you go, though. What is the one thing that you would like to see the Dolphins do before the trade deadline, though? Because it's not realistic to trade Tua away, but do you want them to sell off all of the, or should I say the very few good pieces you do have to build for the future? Because that's going to mean a terrible 2026.
Yes. I think you should burn down the house, get rid of whatever pieces is valuable, and just and start over. But they got to do something about this offensive line. It's getting depressing. I mean, we'll never know what we – take, for instance, Josh Rosen. We don't know what kind of quarterback we could have possibly had if we got a great offensive line. It starts with your line. Now, a lot of folks knock Dallas Cowboys about their talent and so forth, but Dallas has always had a pretty decent line. Okay? And that's why I get bashed about a lot, because I work with a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans, and believe me, it has been bashing. It's been number fun and laughter the last couple of weeks. Okay? So, I mean, they got to do something about this offensive line. Definitely.
Derek, I really appreciate your call, Derek. You are good people. You are great with us, and please call in more. I appreciate you giving us your take on the Dolphins. He says, CCAT on the Baptist Health Hotline, that the Dolphins are a dumpster fire, that the Dolphins are trash, And I can't disagree with him, and I do wonder how much they can salvage before the trade deadline. They got a couple of pass rushers that teams are interested in, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle, the wide receiver that you got in the first round a few years back, who I don't know if he could be a true number one in this league. But trade him off to another team and let that be their problem because you don't have a quarterback or an offensive line or maybe even a head coach past these next few weeks. I would like to see the Dolphins sell these pieces off, but then I do need to remind Dolphins fans that you need to be able to exhibit a bit of patience. Was that a shout-out to Duffy's? He shouted out Duffy's there?
Oh, nice.
That was a guy here, patron here at the Boca Raton. Shout out Duffy's.
From what I've heard from Dolphins fans, is the only quote-unquote untouchable, if you can even call that, on the Dolphins roster right now is Devon Achane. Like, he's the one player that
but you can't make a running back untouchable on a team that's, like, decrepit. I guess. I get that he's the best player.
He's the best player, and he's the cheapest, like the best value for the player. That's why he has a special place in the Miami Dolphins' heart.
Here's what's crazy. He has a special place in the fans' hearts as well. He's a great dude, too. That's the thing. You meet Devon Achane, if you're a fan of the Dolphins and if you've been around him, he's a great dude. So I understand wanting to keep him. I would say if a team offered up the right price, you got to trade him off because you saw what round you got him in. That's how easy it is to replace running backs in the NFL, especially when you're not good. Before we move forward, though, one last thing I want to make a point about with these Miami Dolphins and the reason why Chris Grier is continuously under fire, the drafting has been abysmal. And I look back at this past draft, and I know you don't want to try and judge talent too early, but the Dolphins at number 13 took Kenneth Grant out of Michigan, defensive tackle, and the very next player picked, CCAT, Indianapolis Colts, Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
And it's not that tight end is an issue for the Dolphins, but you saw the way they were able to use Jonnu Smith last year. You see the way that they're using Darren Waller this year up until him being injured. Imagine if you had a rookie Tyler Warren who Tua was able to get the ball out too quick, who you were able to use in wildcat and short yardage. That would solve so many issues for the Colts, including the fact that Tyler Warren's a pretty good blocker as well as a tight end. Like, that would solve so many issues for the Dolphins if instead they went with him. And you can go back through every single one of the drafts for the Miami Dolphins, especially in the first round, and you can look at players who got picked right after them that they likely should have chosen, and they'd be in a better place if they did so, including with Tua when you look at what the Chargers have in Justin Herbert. If you do send some of these players off, you're going to have to tell them to move, which is a sad part in sports. When you see coaches get fired and their staffs and families have to move, when players get traded and they got to pick up and leave in the middle of the school and in the season. But you know what? If it does happen to Dolphins players, I can ease the blow. Safe-bound moving and storage.
Oh, that makes it so much easier.
Safe-bound moving. At least this is the one thing I can get up off your plate. You do have to get the hell up out of town. But one thing you don't have to do is do it on your own. Safe-bound moving and storage is South Florida's most trusted moving company. You are safe with Safebound. They moved my sister from South Florida to Georgia. She had herself a great experience, and you can as well because guess what? They even have Safebound luxury, so if you're a big spender, if you're a high flyer, if you're the type of person that needs an expert team in art handling, maybe even special event moving or luxury retail, Safebound's luxury services have you covered as well. They are a trained team of experts. They are family-owned, and best of all, they're located right here in West Palm Beach, but they serve all of the Sunshine State. If you're moving into Florida, if you're moving out of Florida, if you're moving within the state lines, you are safe with Safebound. Check in with safeboundmoving.com. Safebound Moving and Storage has the experience, expertise, and 5-star customer service you can rely on. 888-760-3776. That's the number to the Baptist Health Hotline. We'll take more of your calls on the other side. Actually, do we have one? Oh, we got another call to get in right before the break here. We have Damon in Delray Beach. Damon, you're going to round it off for us here as we're letting Dolphins fans sound off. It's like a therapy Tuesday here on Theoretically Speaking. What's the one word you would use to define this Dolphin season so far?
Atrocious. I mean, just atrocious. My man that you took a couple of calls earlier hit it right on the head. I'm 57 years old. I remember when I was 5 years old blowing the horn the last time the Dolphins won a Super Bowl, barely. I was 5 years old. He hit it perfect. I've only seen, I think I know football a little. I played college ball, high school. I've been a fan my whole life. I've only seen 2 quarterbacks in my life that could carry a team. Dan Marino and John Elway. Other than that, in my opinion, a quarterback is pretty much only as good as the team around him, okay, with a few exceptions. Tua is good enough, but he's right. We need a very strong offensive line, a running game, and a rock-solid defense. I mean, Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh is like the best coach, in my opinion, in the league. They're good every year, and they play the same kind of ball every year. So, that's my opinion. It starts with the line.
It does, and Damon, you make a good point there. You make a good point there, but a part of what inhibits you from improving the rest of your roster is overpaying for a replacement-level quarterback. And as good as Tua can be when he's at his best and surrounded by talent, it does hurt you when you have to lock him in for $50 to $55 million a year.
100%. I mean, 100%. That's the thing nowadays. I don't know how these GMs do it. These position players get, like you said, the 30, 40, 50 million a year, and God bless them for getting it. But that's not where the game is won. It's won on the line of scrimmage, man. I mean, who has more talent than Lamar? For the Ravens, nobody. But that kid right there has more talent than I've ever seen. Arm, running, everything else. But if he doesn't have that defense and that running game, he looks silly like anybody would. You know what I mean? So that's where it starts.
It's a great point, Damon, and we appreciate your call. You're good people. That's a great point that you make, and I'm curious, too, for other Dolphins fans that look around the league and you see these other superhero-esque quarterbacks, and you think to yourself, well, Lamar, when they paid him all that money, they didn't pay two receivers $25 to $30 million per year. They were able to get other help elsewhere to make the team better and not to support mediocre quarterback play. You look at the Bills. You look at the Chiefs. You look at these good teams that pay their quarterbacks well, and you say, hey, at the very most they're paying one guy, not two. The Dolphins had to invest in two receivers to keep that offense afloat, and that is a bad sign, and that is why the parallels from the Dolphins to also the Cincinnati Bengals I would make. Joe Burrow's a better quarterback, yes, than Tua is, but when you got to pay the quarterback and two receivers, you start to lose resources everywhere else. We'll keep the football talk going on the Top 5 Tuesday. I'll also give my top 5 most depressing stories in sports, but we'll also keep taking your calls on your one word to define the Dolphins season so far. We got a dumpster fire, and we also got atrocious. I say they're outright depressing, and all of those things seem to be synonyms.
Does dumpster fire qualify as one or two words? I don't think there's a hyphen there. I think it's a dumpster space fire.
We'll have to look it up and give the. So what are we going to do? He did say trash afterwards.
Yes, he did say garbage also.
Yeah, so he gave a couple other words.
Basura might work.
Yeah, basura would work. It would just be a different language. So yeah, it all works. You know what? When you're in South Florida, you can throw a little Spanish on it as well. We're taking your one word for the Dolphins, and we're also taking my Top 5 Tuesday, Top 5 most depressing stories in sports. I'll give you a hint. The Dolphins are number 1. Thanks to the Boca Raton folks. We're out here at the Boca Raton for the Boca Raton Bowl golf outing. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. Make sure you yell 4 if a ball is flying our way. We're live on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
We want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Are you tired of the hassle of buying a car? At Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, we're changing the game. No pushy salespeople here, just friendly product specialists on salary here to help you find the perfect ride. With over 500 vehicles in stock and a goal to sell 250 by month's end, that means incredible deals are waiting for you. Forget the back and forth negotiations. Once you pick your dream Kia, you'll work with one manager the entire time, making decisions on the spot for a smooth, stress-free experience. We'll even handle the paperwork, your tags, insurance, and every detail. Need help learning all the features? We'll schedule a post-delivery session when it's convenient for you. And if you can't make it in, we'll bring a new Kia right to your home or office for a test drive. Plus, for a limited time, you'll see the factory invoice right on the windshield of every car in the showroom. Visit Greenway Kia today or shop online at GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Every family has dreams, a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. Boost checking is required. Other qualifications apply. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, and repeat. At this point, you're practically training for the Shower Olympics. But here's the twist. It's not your shampoo's fault, it's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs your pores and dries out your hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower system today for only $79 a month. Visit Culligan.com for more information or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I see Tina right there. I see her. She's downing 2 margaritas at once?
I didn't know she could shotgun.
What is going on here?
Anything to get off her on-air duties.
She was like,
absolutely anything.
I would hate to be on Theoretically Speaking today. She's chugging 2 margaritas, somehow shotgunning them both at the same. She's double barrel shotgunning. I've never seen this happen before.
I just flipped her the bird instinctively.
Yeah.
Like that was very unprofessional in the at a work event. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like there are people in her direction.
Nobody knows who that was towards. That could have been towards our guy Malachi. That was towards Brian McLevin Rhodes.
I think someone was it Malachi who put his hands up. Like, what did I do?
It's C-Cat, it's Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking. We're here live from the beautiful Boca Raton at the Boca Bowl golf outing. It is a wonderful lead-in event to, of course, the 2025 Boca Raton Bowl game. That's going to be December 23rd. That's going to be on a Tuesday, 2 days before Christmas. It's a kickoff between 2 of the top group of 5 teams every single year. So make sure you get your tickets. That's BocaBowl.com, BocaRatonBowl.com. They are going to hook you up. I love the greatest, we call it the greatest outdoor party annually in Boca Raton. That game itself has had Syracuse. It's had some major players like USF, FAU, of course, and it's going to be right there at Flagler Credit Union Stadium on FAU's campus, the Boca Raton Bowl, man. Follow it on Twitter and Facebook. Good vibes, good times, And this is just the lead-in, baby.
Yeah, and
started.
ESPN West Palm's best golfer is not on the course today.
Yeah,
that's kind of
crazy.
a problem, wouldn't you say, if we want to represent ourselves very well
you
with
are
our
the
partners?
Best golfer.
I'm the best golfer at ESPN West Palm, and they said, no, we should not contact CCAT and not get him on the golf course. And the only reason I am our company's best golfer is because of the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. It's right off I-95, right off the turnpike, easy to get to and easy to enjoy, because whether the weather's bad or it's good, you can work on your golf game the right way, the best way possible, all across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. It's right at the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. Coach Pete helped me work on my hybrids last week, and now I all of a sudden have a very confident 3-wood in the bag. So I have a fairway finder. I love it. I am ever grateful for the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center, KaiserGolfCenter.com, KaiserGolfCenter.com. Work on your golf game. Don't pay your buddies on the weekend because you're losing your cash game. Cash out against them. Again, they have ball flight analysis inside, video replay to see what exactly you're doing wrong with your lower body, your upper body. Compare it to golf's greatest and see how you can get in the right place to succeed on the golf course. They have the best facilities in the area, best coaching in the area. KaiserGolfCenter.com to work on your golf game and get lessons now. But I cannot display my golf prowess because I was not invited to play today at the BOCA Bowl golf outing.
You're the best golfer, but at least ESPN West Palm's best drinker, Tina, is able to enjoy her double-fisted margaritas. Colin Russo is on the microphone heckling folks, and everybody's having a grand old time, but nobody wants to do their actual job. It's just us.
Just us.
Yeah.
Just us showing up, clocking in.
That's what we do.
Not asking for anything special.
That's what we do. You know what? I feel like Tua right now. I'm pointing fingers. I'm holding people accountable at the podium. I'm like, dude, where's everybody else's effort at, man? I need people to pull up and do what we're doing out here. I know one person that pulls up on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis for NFL Network is our good NFL Network reporter, Cameron Wolf. We're going to have a little howling with a wolf here soon because I've been looking at these NFL power rankings on different websites. I've been checking out what we saw. Like, think about last night with the Seahawks getting yet another win. The NFC West now has not one, not two, but 3 5-win teams right now between the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Los Angeles Rams. The NFL is in a really good spot right now when it comes to parity. We're entering Week 8 this upcoming weekend, and though the Kansas City Chiefs, to me, are the best team in the league, they're the best team in football, there's a lot of parity amongst the top of both conferences that's going to make this finish extra interesting, and we haven't even got to the trade deadline.
Yeah. Is there anyone you can confidently say guaranteed will be in the AFC or NFC championship game other than the Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs always feel like a lock, and this year they feel just as strong, if not stronger than they've been in the past couple of years. In the NFC, it's too difficult because you look at the West, and you want to say the Rams should be able to get there, but then again,
it depends on the path. Right, like they might be going through back-to-back difficult opponents, and then the Eagles, we love to poke and prod, we being me, to poke and prod and make fun of and stoke the flames and incite dissension within that locker room. But we know at the end of the day that they have a very solid roster, and they have a formula that is very fine-tuned to winning football games more often than not. So, like, if you're a betting man, you probably would definitely pencil in the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. But outside of the rematch of last year's Super Bowl, I can't confidently say there's an open spot. It's just kind of a melee. It's a free-for-all because even the Bills are on a 2-game losing streak. Maybe the bye week is just what they needed.
About a week ago or so, I had a couple of bonus bets in the app. And on one of them, I put the World Series champion to be the Dodgers, and that's back when I had better odds on it. I feel good about that today. And on the other one, I got the Chiefs at extremely good odds to win the Super Bowl plus 900. And I feel very good about both of those because, again, it's a good process. You're going with teams that you know will likely get there and that have proven it before. And I just feel good. Best coach, best quarterback, and a top 10 likely when they're firing all cylinders defense. I do think the Chiefs are the safest bet, but outside of that, like, It could be Chiefs Colts in the AFC Championship game.
I am not ready to envision that future.
No, absolutely not. But you know who might be? We're howling with the Wolf. Cameron Wolf coming in. And Cam Wolf, NFL Network, he's at Cameron Wolf on Twitter. He joins us right now on Theoretically Speaking. And Cam, I'm surprised, man. Me and C-Cat are out on the golf course and you aren't. How did that happen?
Hey man, usually when you find your way in the bunkers and waters, you need more time to find your way out of it. So I'm speaking for Theo. I don't know what C-Cat's game is, but I know Theo, if you're out on the course, that means somebody's rake is getting used.
Yeah, well, no. Here's the thing. Nobody's rake is getting used because I am smart enough to leave my bag at home when I go to golf courses these days for events like today's Boca Raton Bowl golf outing. We got to get you out to next year's one. It always lands around football season, but it's a great time. It's in Boca Raton, so it's close enough to you. So next year we'll see if we can get you on one of these foursomes so you can embarrass yourself.
Hey, let's do it, man. As long as I'm in your foursome, I know I'm not last.
Cam, you what was your assignment this past weekend, and what do you feel like? What was the number one lesson you learned from this weekend in the NFL as we wrap up a week 7 with teams like the Chiefs and the Lions kind of reasserting their dominance, and then other teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finally showing some of those flaws on the big stage?
Yeah, no true elite teams in my eyes. That's probably the biggest takeaway I have from this past week. I was in Cincinnati for the Bengals Steelers game. So I had the old Icy Hot Bowl where, Joe Flacco and Jamar Chase, torched the Steelers DBs like someone stole something from them. And this week I'm in Carolina for the Bills Panthers game. But I think more than anything, the biggest takeaway from that game I was at, this game I'm going to, watching games around the league, is this year we know that team is going to be in the Super Bowl. I think last year at this time, we had a pretty good feel. The Eagles were going to be in it, the Chiefs. This year, it's wide open. A lot of the best teams that we thought are 500 or worse. And you got teams like you mentioned, like the Colts, like the Bucks, like the Seahawks, who had a really good night last night atop their division. So it's been a cool year.
Yeah, Cam, when you watched the Lions beat the Buccaneers last night pretty soundly and convincingly, Baker Mayfield missed a lot of throws in that game. If you were a Buccaneers fan or someone that's trying to bet on the Buccaneers or think about the Buccaneers outside of just this week, do you look at them in a different light, or is it just one of those weeks?
Yeah, I don't. I think it's an outlier. We were talking here last week, and I thought Baker Mayfield was at the top of the MVP race. Now, this game didn't look very MVP-like. It's probably why people had doubts of him continuing it through the year, but I would look at it as an off day. Like you said, he missed a lot of throws. I don't know the reasoning. He just didn't look like himself. I haven't seen much throughout the year that makes me think that's a trend more than just a blip. So he had a really good matchup, too, against the Lions secondary. They were on a 3rd and 4th string. So he just picked the wrong day to have a bad day, and I think the Bucs will be fine. I think long-term more concerning is you lose Mike Evans for most of the year. Chris Godwin's still dealing with some injuries. Do you have enough around Baker to really compete in the playoffs and beat some of these teams that you're going to have to beat?
We are howling with the Wolf here on a Tuesday on Theoretically Speaking. Cameron Wolf joining us right here on the radio airwaves to talk a little football with us. I want to go to the Miami Dolphins quicker than usual here, Cam. Yep. And it's not because I want to, rain on your Tuesday. It's because I just need I need for the good fans of the Dolphins in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast to hear from somebody who's been there, maybe not as much this year, but been within those walls, to give them one reason to be optimistic about why things could get better. Is there anything you can give them?
It can't get worse. I think that's probably the only level of optimism I got for you. The reality is it's bad. I can't really sugarcoat this thing. It looked really out of sorts. On offense, you get blown out by the Browns, who I thought were the worst team in the league before I saw them beat the Dolphins by 24 last week. Dylan Gabriel looked like he was comfortable chilling in that pocket because defense wasn't doing anything to disturb him. And Tua, you go from throwing your teammates under the bus one week to throwing 3 picks the other week. I don't know which one is worse for the morale of the team. I just don't see a good turnaround for this Dolphins team at this stage. I think you're just waiting for the inevitable, and the end of the year couldn't come quicker.
Is there really a real market for some of the guys that they're trying to deal? Because I know that people have floated around Jalen Waddle potentially going to a team like the Giants who need wide receiver help. I know that there's a lot of teams that should have interest in both Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, the edge rushers for the Dolphins. But is there any real, do you see something actually happening before the trade deadline for the Dolphins there?
Yeah, it's just smoke right now. I haven't heard anything imminent on any of those guys. I will say I'd be really surprised if Jalen Waddle was traded. It sounds like they envision him being a part of this next era, whether that's with or without Tua or McDaniel. They think Waddle is a part of that era. Now, you start to look at guys on one-year deals like a Bradley Chubb, like a Jalen Phillips. None of those guys would surprise me on getting moved. Matthew Judon, Jalen Wright, who has not played much for them. I could see any or all of those guys being moved, but Jalen Waddle or Devon Achane, I don't see either of those guys changing grounds.
I know last time you joined us, we talked about Bijan Robinson being a potential MVP. The Falcons were soaring a lot higher. Now, the 49ers cut away at a bit of that. Yeah. But then I saw Christian McCaffrey have an MVP-esque day. I look at the Colts, and I see Jonathan Taylor looking like an absolute dog. Who do you think of the non-quarterbacks in the league right now? And then look, Jackson Smith and Jigma had a good. Who do you think actually has a real shot at least being like a top 5 MVP voted player? I know that it's a quarterback award, but who do you think actually finishes the season strong like those guys are started?
Yeah, as you were listing those names, I'm like, maybe this is finally the year a quarterback doesn't win MVP. I mean, we'll see it when we believe it, but Jonathan Taylor obviously is having an incredible year. I gave Bijan a lot of love. I still think he's in there, but Christian McCaffrey showed why he's the OG of that spot, and he had the big day there. So I love the way the running backs are balling out this year. I think any of those three are deserving to be on the podium. I think right now you probably look at the best team of that group has been the Colts, and Jonathan Taylor's the biggest reason why. So he probably would be the one to shake it up the most, at the very least, offensive player of the year. But I think ultimately when we look at the end of the year, it'll probably be Patrick Mahomes because he's trending the right way. His receivers are balling now, and I think he's setting up for a nice little run here in the second half of the year.
Cameron Wolf joining us at Cameron Wolf on Twitter and Instagram, and he's an NFL reporter for NFL Network. We are howling with the Wolf on Theoretically Speaking, and we're doing so from the Boca Raton. We are at the Boca Raton Bowl golf outing. Hey, Cam, if you had a guy in the NFL right now who you would call out to say, okay, I think Travis Hunter when I think about this for myself, to say, hey, look, I want to watch this person and solely this person for the rest of the season because I'm absolutely curious about everything that they're doing when it comes to utilization, about how their performance is looking. I am absolutely enamored with what the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to do with Travis Hunter. Who is that one guy that you would want to be able to follow and watch throughout the season because you're curious of the potential outcomes that you could see?
Yeah, first of all, I like that pick. I've been telling people Travis is going to come around, and they've been looking at me like I have 3 heads. And he finally had the big day, and I think this is just the beginning. I think Travis Hunter is going to evolve his role in that second half of the year. As far as guy for me, I think that I love watching Josh Allen play, and I think that this is going to be a very interesting rest of the season for him because this team has a lot more holes than they have in recent years. They seem like they're struggling. They seem like they're trying to find that identity. Can your Superman take you out of that? How much does he put on his shoulders? Does he revert back into the old Josh where I'm just going to throw the ball up? I'm just going to be the wild man because my team needs it. Or can he stay with himself and still win? I think I'm intrigued every week because I still think that's the team that has the best chance to knock off the Chiefs in the AFC. And so I'm eager to see if Josh can do it, even despite of what he doesn't have.
Yeah, because it's tough, Cam, watching the last game we saw from the Bills before their bye week where Josh Allen was running for his life against the Falcons, against that defensive line.
Crazy.
I almost ask myself, well, what else is he supposed to do except to try to be Superman in those moments? Because, yes, he turned the ball over a couple of times, and that was the old Josh, not the new Josh. But when you are running for your life, I don't know if there is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation there where is he supposed to just take the sacks like he's Russell Wilson?
Right? It's a great question.
That was a straight.
And that was nice. Or Justin Fields, one of the two. You can go either way there. I think it's a great question. I think that's why it's so intriguing to me, because the right answer is the Josh that he was last year gives him the best chance to win. It gave him a chance to win MVP. But what if that Josh is not enough? What if you're looking around, we're losing too many games, I can't chill, I can't be the good angel Josh? Does the bad angel start talking out? Does it say, hey, man, me scrambling around for 50 seconds, lobbing the ball deep, I might need a few of those plays? And if so, is that better or worse for this version of the Bills? We know last year's version needed that version of Josh, but still, even that version hasn't got over the hump. So I'm intrigued to just see how they evolve, because too often we talk about Patrick Mahomes and what he doesn't have, and he still overcomes. I think now more than ever it's on Josh, even though it's always on Josh. Can you find a way to overcome in spite of what you don't have?
I'm curious, man. This is my last one for you because I'm in this big-time survivor pool. Me and C-Cat are both in it. And you're talking about Josh Allen. You're going to be at the Bills. I think it's at Carolina, right?
Yeah. Carolina, yep.
The Bills at Carolina. I'm looking at that game, and then I'm looking at the Chiefs versus the Commanders on Monday Night Football, and I'm trying to figure out which one of my AFC top contenders should I be more confident in for the survivor pool. It's week 8, man. I ain't trying to go out like no chump. It's like 15 teams left. Like, who do you feel more confident in sealing up the win between the Chiefs or the Bills this weekend?
Well, I honestly feel great with either one, because you're looking at two teams that are probably playing their backup quarterbacks. Sounds like Bryce Young's not going to play this week, so you get Andy Dalton, Panthers. It sounds like Jaden Daniels has got a hamstring that I'd expect to cause him to miss some time. And so you're looking at Marcus Mariota. And so either way, you're probably going to feel great. But because the Chiefs have been hotter, I think I would probably feel more comfortable with the Chiefs, because I'd be really surprised if they went out there against a backup quarterback and lost at this stage of the season. The Bills, we're just hoping the bye reset them. But if they came back and were the same Bills, maybe a Rico Dowdle-led Panthers offense could find a way.
Yeah. Can I interest you in a value play? Taking the Atlanta Falcons at home as 7.5-point favorites against the Miami Dolphins.
I would feel comfortable with whoever's across from the Dolphins at this stage of the season. The Browns showed that nobody is too poor of a situation to get right against the Miami Dolphins.
You're not wrong. The one thing that made me have trepidation about that is how banged up Michael Penix Jr. was looking at the back end of that game. And I was like, do I want to sign myself up for potentially Kirk Cousins coming out of the locker room at halftime? Like, do I want to sign myself up for that? I don't know what that might look like.
That's a good point. But good news for Michael Penix. The Dolphins have not been able to pass rush anybody. And so no matter how bad that lower left front bruise is, you might be able to be good.
Get him a stool back there.
Stand still back there.
Safe. He'll be safe. And if Junkins got 3 touchdowns, Bijan might get 10. Cam Wolf, appreciate you pulling up. As good as always, howling with the Wolf. And next year we got to get you out here to the Boca Raton Bowl golf outing, man. See what you got.
I'm with it. It looks great out there, man. Y'all keep doing great work.
Appreciate you. That is Cameron Wolf. Follow him on Twitter, on social media. You can follow all of his work at Cameron Wolf. He is an NFL Network national reporter, and he has a lot of insight into those Miami Dolphins. And he says, yes, at this point in the season, with all of the dysfunction, with Mike McDaniel searching for answers and Tua searching for people to blame and defenders to throw the football to, anybody that they line up against is a good bet to walk away with a win. We'll be taking some of y'all's calls again on the Miami Dolphins on the other side, so just tap in on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. You can also get some reactions to what Cam Wolf had to say about your team.
Yeah, we drove from West Palm down to Boca, and I saw like maybe conservatively 5 or 6 different Duffy's Sports Grills, and I thought, ooh, that's a good spot to go after the Boca Raton golf outing, because that's a great place to spend any day of the week, especially the opening night to NBA tip-off.
Opening night to NBA tip-off. You got the Thunder and the Rockets. That's the opening game. And, again, you're going to see your debut of Kevin Durant. Then you got the Warriors and the Lakers. If you want to see all of that and more tonight, Duffy'sMVP.com. Go online, check out the menu, check out the Duffy's that's closest to you. Most importantly, sign up for your MVP card. Become a rewards member. Get your MVP card and track your rewards because you'll want to have them because the more that you stack up there at the table between the amazing mozzarella sticks, the firecracker shrimp, maybe you're more of a soup or a salad person, or maybe you want to dip in on the 17 different flavors that they are tossing their wings in these days at Duffy's Sports Grill. Those are award-winning wings. They pair well with the jumbo burgers. Duffy Sports Grill has it all. Most importantly, they got the 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. So you will not miss out on any of the action or miss out on any of your favorite vibes in the form of liquid drinks. And then, of course, you got the TVs, 80 or more televisions in every location, CCAT.
So I need to break the third wall for our viewers and listeners right now. You're talking about 2-for-1 drinks.
Yeah.
It's a great way to roll a buzz into a bigger buzz. I think Colin Russo is drunk off his skis right now. That man is air humping harder than I've ever seen someone thrust their hips.
He is.
He's just given a lot.
He is doing a lot right now. He's having a ball. You know, Colin Russo and Mike Rizzo, to their credit, they've been party animals since we've gotten here to the Boca Raton. Right now they're doing like some kind of form of karaoke, and Colin's performing, and he's dancing and vibing out. Like, I mean,
he's legitimately thrusting his hips with, like, he is. Like,
he's actually humping towards our many partners and friends and our general managers right over there, Steph Prince as well.
It's like, hey, you want to advertise with us?
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what? All right, dude. I'm just here to tee off.
Yeah, Russo and Rizzo is 4 to 6 o'clock today, and if you want some of that humping energy, tap in for them, and you can get much of that and hopefully less, not more. The ESPN South Florida app is also where you can download, you can stream us, you can be subscribed to us so you can get a lot of that content right to your phones. The ESPN South Florida app, download it wherever you get your apps today and catch any of your takes that you missed here. You can catch those a little later right there on the app. We'll go to a break. On the other side, we got ourselves a get around. We got ourselves a happy hour. Maybe Tina will share one of those margaritas with us since she was so gracious to get some on her own and skip out on doing Theoretically Speaking. I'm sad.
Selfish.
That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking without Tina in the happy hour, sadly, on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
Fall in Florida means one thing. It is almost time for the Clinics Can Help Golf Classic. This fun-filled event works to raise money to provide customized medical equipment and supplies to the many children in our area in need. Get your foursome together and join the festivities on Friday, October 24th at the exclusive East Point Country Club in Palm Beach Gardens. Make a difference in helping these children live a life of independence and dignity. Register today at clinicscanhelp.org.
This Halloween, the scariest thing on your team shouldn't be your books. Don't be scared. Jay Zolo and Associates is here to exercise your bookkeeping nightmares. With QuickBooks Online and expert care, let Jay Zolo bring your books from RIP to MVP. Let the only skeletons you deal with be the ones in costumes. Visit jzolo.com today. That's JZOLLO.com.
Touchdown!
Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Every family has dreams, a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. Boost checking is required. Other qualifications apply. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Welcome into the Kaiser Sports Update. I'm Kate Chumsland. It was rivalry weekend for the Seahawks football team last Saturday. They beat number 8 ranked St. Thomas at home 35-14 with 28 straight points to open the game, headlined by Cardinal Newman alum Dallas D'Souza's impressive 46-yard touchdown grab. The Seahawks are back home Saturday, October 26th for homecoming against Weber International. Both golf teams won their respective Jupiter Collegiate Invitationals last week. Sophia Sindersberger won individually for the women by 11 strokes, and Ivor Sokin Sanj won for the men just by 2 strokes over teammate Jan Fernando. The men's and women's tennis teams saw success at the ITA Cup. Violet Apisa made history with her 3rd national championship win, now the only woman to win 3 ITA Cups. For times and tickets on all of Kaiser University's athletic events, head to KUSeahawks.com.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Football season is here, and the ultimate game day headquarters is Twin Peaks. Whether it's college Saturdays or NFL Sundays, catch every kickoff, every touchdown, every Hail Mary right here at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. From scratch-made favorites to ice-cold 29-degree draft beers, Twin Peaks is delivering all the winning plays. Looking for a stronger lineup? No one does game day like Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, come for the game, stay for the experience.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are back at it again from the Boca Raton, the lovely Boca Raton. The Boca Raton Bowl golf outing underway. We have heckling from Russo and Rizzo right in front of us. We have golfers all throughout the course, for the most part, hitting them straight. A lot of water out here, though, so I'm sure there's a lot of people who have been on their, like, 3rd or 4th little, you know, what do you call them? Not sacks. What are the things called? Pushing the balls. The box.
Boxes of balls?
Yeah, but you call it something. It's not a box of balls, is it?
Yeah.
Well, C-Cat's here. He's not on the side like that.
A sleeve.
Sleeve.
A
See,
sleeve.
thank you. See, I knew it was a different word for it.
Like, since I've really only been okay at golf for like 6 months because the Kaiser Golf Center, I buy them by the box, not by the sleeve.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're a big bulk buy.
Exactly. I buy the balls off like a website where they're all used.
You bulk buy the balls.
I buy buckets of balls.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had a sleeve of balls in a long time until I take the leftovers from here.
Right.
Because we've got these gifts, and then after the BOCA Bowl, like all of our very high priority people get their goodies, and then I come in and just grab all the leftovers and put them in my trunk.
Scavenger.
Exactly.
And you know what? Nobody's mad at that because the rest of that stuff just goes thrown away into a marketing closet to never be seen again by any human eyes.
Giving away Under Armour sunglasses here today.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
We treat these people really nice.
I know.
And then I asked like the person that runs is there any chance we can get a goodie bag? Instant no.
Really?
Not even a let you down easy.
Not even a messing around with you. Not even a joke.
No.
Nothing. Yeah.
What?
No. Absolutely not.
Did you ask that? Do you actually just ask that? Yeah. I got an instant no.
That always feels bad.
They're engraving golf balls over there.
I saw that.
And I got an instant no.
Yo, it's a lot of good people out here, man, as we have the Boca Raton Bowl golf outing. We have a lot finishing up right now. Oh, are you doing good so far? We got to get there. Danny Cannell on our team. Are you kidding me? Well, that would hurt you, right? Danny Cannell? What up? Tommy Casamigo. Yeah, so we got some Florida State Noles energy, not necessarily the kind of energy you would want if you're looking to win right now. And because one of our tandems here, one of our foursomes has Danny Cannell, they think that's a good thing. Would you consider that a good thing? Is he a good golfer or something?
I assume so.
He's a sports commentator, for those that don't know the Danny Cannell, and he's also a former Florida State quarterback that lives in the area.
We have a microphone here. He's about to putt on the 9th green. We got to ask him. We got to get a comment real quick.
We'll get him. We'll get his reaction from what the Florida State season is looking like right now, and their coaching. Has he made a comment publicly about the Mike Norvell situation?
I'm not sure. I'm going to Twitter search right now to see whether or not.
We'll
whatever is going on with Florida State, it's hard to be more of a joke than the New York Jets, though, because they're going through it right now.
Oh my gosh! I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong on things, and I had some preseason takes about the Jets based off of the vibes of Aaron Glenn, based off of the fact that they were getting rid of Aaron Rodgers, that were absolutely wrong, and I'm willing to admit that. That's fine. I can look at Justin Fields and say, hey, he might not be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He might be a bad football player. I can say that because I'm not in that locker room. I am not coaching that bunch. And most importantly, I'm not signing his checks. But as the Jets stand at 0-7, and as Justin Fields was announced to be benched today for Tyrod Taylor, I think it feels like, based on the words of his boss, Woody Johnson, that his career might be on ice. Take a listen to the owner of the New York Jets and his comments on why the Jets have been held back so far this year.
What's your confidence level in Aaron to turn it around?
Well, it looks like he's turning around parts of it. You know, it's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we got. You know, I mean, he has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league. And if we can just complete a pass, it would look good. You got to complete some passes. You got to convince them that you can do something. Otherwise, it's hard to have have a game that you could win.
What do you say to the fans who've lost hope? I mean, I know it's early.
You can't say that. I know he owns the team, so I guess he can say whatever he wants, but C-Cat, you cannot say that about a player on your team. Why don't you just cut him then? What's the point?
Yeah, a quarterback like that is like
crazy.
An owner saying, you people.
Yes, he you peopled his own quarterback. By the way, Justin Fields has guaranteed money next year as well.
We are going to see Justin Fields in a Progressive commercial like you see Mitch Trubisky and Jacoby Brissett these days as one of the career backups.
Yes, but he might not even be able to be a career backup if that's the way in which the owner of his own NFL franchise is speaking of him. I get it. The Jets are winless, and I get it. A lot of that is on the back of Justin Fields. He's averaged fewer than 4 yards per pass attempt over the past couple of games. He had that negative 10 yards game against the Broncos out in London, which was an international poor display. And on top of that, he has a career of being underwhelming at the quarterback position. He's a good fantasy football player because of the rushing, but he's not been a good quarterback. But still, I think if you're Woody Johnson, like, please pump the brakes on that just a little bit. Danny Cannell. Danny Cannell's walking by us right here. What up, Danny? You try to sneak by without me seeing you? He's the only one that walked behind. We are good. I'm Theo. This is C-Cat. This is Theoretically Speaking.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
We're live on the air right now.
Better clean it up. All right.
Yeah, so clean it up. I know you've had a great round. First of all, how was the Boca Raton for you today?
Oh, this place is incredible. The Boca Raton is the best. I got married here.
Really?
Yeah, 20 years ago, got married here, me and my wife. This place is phenomenal.
Great golf course. And how did y'all shoot? Are y'all done? Or y'all wrapping up?
No, we're still in the middle of it. We're on a streak right now. What are we, 15 under?
15
like
under?
That?
Okay. Are you
a lot of holes to go.
Have you been the best out of your group?
No, these guys are carrying me. We got some ringers in my group. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You could use some ringers in Tallahassee right now. You knew it was coming. Have you made public comment so far about this whole Mike Norvell situation?
I love Mike Norvell, and I've supported him the whole time, so my thoughts going into the Pitt game, which was 2 games ago, was that was going to be the biggest game of Mike Norvell's career. And we lost it, right? And we gave up 300 yards passing to a freshman quarterback in our backyard. Then it's like, all right, well, they're going to Stanford now. You just can't, this is a must-win game. And then you lose the game. So, I mean, there's all kind of numbers, there's statistics out there, but the bottom line, in a bottom line business, is it's just not acceptable. So I think now it's just a finance thing where I think that's what the power players are doing right now, is trying to figure out how to make the finances work. And once they do, it just feels inevitable. Now, I do think Michael Alford, the athletic director, coming out and put a statement out yesterday. You had to address the elephant in the room. And actually, I'll be rooting for Mike Norvell to prove me and everybody else wrong. I would love if they run the table. I just don't know. I don't see it happening. So I think it's just a matter of time, before Florida State's in the market like a lot of other schools are for a new coach.
My question for you is, what's a better job, Florida or Florida State?
Ooh.
I mean, it's probably Florida, as much as I don't want to admit it. I mean, they're in the SEC, which has a better TV deal. They have a better financial situation, considering where Florida State is right now. That's a big reason. Now, their buyout of Billy Napier wasn't as significant as a $50 million plus for Mike Norvell, but I do think they're in a better place financially. So I think Florida State's a great school. I love it, but I think if you asked a neutral party, a coach who was looking at taking a job, I think they would take Florida over Florida State.
That was honest. Appreciate it. Get back to golf. And since you were honest, we'll let you go early.
You got it,
and
fellas.
I appreciate you keeping it G with us. Danny Cannell dropping some nuggets on us right there. And him admitting the Gators was a better job to me, that kind of made my day. And I'm a Canes fan. No, you don't, because you've had 8 too many beers. Yes, right.
7-0 against the spread.
Yeah. Lehigh, okay, I'm glad our microphones aren't that good at picking things up. We've got to go to break now that we've learned all about Lehigh's football season, who's 7-0 against the spread. We'll go to break here. This has been a lot of fun here at the Boca Raton. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We got official word that the hotter job on the market will be the Gators and not Florida State come the end of the season. We'll see if the coaches play it that way. For Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Every family has dreams, a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. Boost checking is required. Other qualifications apply. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, and repeat. At this point, you're practically training for the Shower Olympics. But here's the twist. It's not your shampoo's fault, it's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs your pores and dries out your hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower system today for only $79 a month. Visit Culligan.com for more information or just say,
Hey, Culligan man!
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. Two of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Football season is here, and the ultimate game day headquarters is Twin Peaks. Whether it's college Saturdays or NFL Sundays, catch every kickoff, every touchdown, every Hail Mary right here at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. From scratch-made favorites to ice-cold 29-degree draft beers, Twin Peaks is delivering all the winning plays. Looking for a stronger lineup? No one does game day like Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, come for the game, stay for the experience.
Step inside the Gardens Mall to witness Halloween magic.
On Saturday, October 25th, bring the little monsters to the Kids Club Spooky Soiree. Wear your costume to the Grand Court and indulge in offers from participating stores starting at noon. Booga and Hooga will also be in the house for a special performance at 1 p.m. Stick around afterwards to have your photo taken with the stars of the show. Fun is brewing at the Gardens Mall.
You don't want to miss it.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
So let it rip.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
A lot of bad dancing right here at the 10th tee at the Boca Raton. Lots of bad dancing, and I'm sure you'll see it all over the ESPN West Palm social pages. Just go to ESPN West Palm's Instagram. You'll see our marketing consultant, Courtney, Russo, and Rizzo. We got Margot, another MC, and Tina, and everybody's dancing.
Mike Rizzo's done this same three-step move for the past 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like a step to the left, a step to the right, and then little
look
hip.
at the knee
He's slapping
thing.
his knee.
Is that like an Elvis? Is he strumming a guitar as
I think
well?
he's inviting someone to sit on his lap.
I think
that's a weird.
Colin just did the worm. Colin just did the worm in front of executive director for the Boca Raton Bowl, Doug Mosley. Colin
It
is
is
doing
3:24 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
No one should be dancing this hard at this time of day.
I do think
kids are getting driven home from school right now.
He's doing the worm on the 10th tee box, which I'm not sure what that's going to do to the grass here.
Oh, my
but,
goodness.
It's the third time. And you know what? The issue with trying to do the worm, when you unsuccessfully do it, now you're just humping the ground.
You are.
Now you're just humping the ground. This is his third violation of humping today.
He's doing the Chris Brown grind on me dance.
Yes.
Is that Chris Brown?
Well, Jace Move actually had this. Dude, Jace Move on YouTube back in the day.
Yeah.
Who used to do all of that. But yeah, there's a lot of different people that have done that dance, and that dance is usually for the 18+ crowd.
Yeah. I can tell you what, they're working up a sweat and they're working up a thirst, and they're working up a thirst for some Culligan water.
Well, they need to get some Culligan. They're all going to need a lot of Culligan water. They're going to have to chug it because I'm pretty sure their livers could not do without it right now. Culligan water, well, you've heard me talk about it, and it's not just about the water softener that can help get those minerals up out of your water, turn that hard water into soft water like what I have installed at my home. It is also a reverse osmosis system that you can get installed. I have a reverse osmosis system under my sink, and the reason I got one because I went to Culligan.com. I had a guy named Tim pull up to my crib, and within 5 minutes, he tested my water and told me exactly why things had to change. Florida has some of the worst drinking water in all of the United States. It is literally bottom tier. Look it up yourself. You got bottom tier professional football, and you got bottom tier water. But you know what? You can do something about the water. You can't do nothing about them fins. Culligan.com, get yourself a free water test. Get your water straightened out, and you will do better and right by your family. You will do right by yourself. You can get that reverse osmosis system to purify the water that is not only in your faucet, but also that makes the ice in your freezer. That is a huge deal.
That's right.
People don't think about that. You make those nice cocktails at home. You make those drinks. You put the ice in it. That ice melts down into your drink, and now you're drinking the bad, unpurified water.
Got to fix it.
Fix it now. Culligan.com. They are the professionals. They can get you right. Culligan.com.
Got a lot of little topics to get to. Do you want to buckle up your seatbelt and take a ride?
Let's hop on our favorite method of transportation. That is the Safebound Get Around.
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
What you mean you don't know? I get around.
It is the Safebound Get Around. We got a lot of things to get to today. It is the Top 5 Tuesday. It is, theoretically speaking, from the Boca Raton, and I'm curious what our first stop's going to be.
Well, Damien, where are we going? We are going to north of the border, Toronto, Canada.
Nice.
Because representing the American League, which they might change it to the North American League,
Might have to.
is the Toronto Blue Jays. Game 7 last night in the American League Championship Series. It sounded like this in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 on and the Blue Jays down by 2. George Springer at the plate.
Left field. Arozarena watches it go.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it sounded like this for approximately 45 seconds after the fact.
Yeah, deservedly so.
Like, there's a pitch clock, but they kind of just turn a blind eye to the pitch clock when big moments like that, season-defining moments like that do occur. So that was one part of the story, the joy, the victory, breaking a 32-year drought on making a World Series. Remember the last time the Blue Jays were in the World Series was when they won the World Series. Back-to-back years, Joe Carter hitting that home run and jumping for joy while he was going down the first base line.
That was the year I was born.
There's the thrill of joy, and there is the devastation of defeat. When they were interviewing the pitcher who was taken out of the game before that George Springer home run, this is what it sounded like on Fox in the Mariners locker room experiencing that devastation of defeat.
Having gone as further than any other team in franchise history.
Legacy is...
Wow.
So that was off screen.
Who
Just
the hell?
someone in the Seattle Mariners locker room just letting out a war scream.
Jeez.
Because their season had come to a close. The Mariners were the only team in baseball to never have made it to a World Series, and that will continue for at least another year.
I wonder, of the major sports leagues, which one hurts the most to lose
It's baseball.
a winner-go-home game
baseball.
late in
It's baseball.
a close game? Because you just never know when it's going to, like, you're always technically in it.
It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Every foul ball to
Oh.
turn a 2-1 count to a 2 count, 2-2 counts. Every ball that you get a little bit of lift on, and you're hoping, and it's
Yeah.
just a routine fly ball to right field because your hopes and wishes can't will a ball over the wall. And I keep on going back to this. You will put together 162 games of excellence, and it won't matter if you have a bad week.
That's tough.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's really awful that we reduce the marathon of what a Major League Baseball season is and what the sport is about, and that is a giant sample size to a sprint at the very end.
Well, you know what's going to hurt your argument is if the Dodgers repeat and if the Dodgers embark on somewhat of a dynasty with this team, because you introduce a new level of parity into your sport when you have a bigger postseason field and a shorter amount of games to win to advance in it. But if the best team keeps winning, then it shows that it's possible to actually have the best team be dominant. But like, were the Dodgers the best team in baseball this year?
Well, hey, listen.
Not record-wise, maybe, but
Right. I think, yes, you just look at their
Yeah.
lineup and you look at their rotation, and it's hard to answer any other team, even though the Brewers had a better season. I think everyone, especially casual fans, teams got to do it for them to believe
Right.
it. And you can put together 162 games all you want until you prove that you can win a big playoff series, like a series against the Dodgers where the Brewers did not, and the Brewers got swept by the Dodgers. You won't be taken seriously. So I think people largely did not give the Brewers the benefit of the doubt. They did consider, all right, it's the Dodgers. Like, the betting odds would probably tell you that as well.
yeah, I was about to say, are you giving the Blue Jays any chance?
I am going to give the Blue Jays some chance. They have home field advantage.
How much does that matter?
I think it does. I think the Blue Jays are maybe one of 5 cities where that does matter to have home field advantage. I think the Yankees, it does matter a little bit. I think the Astros, for legal and illegal reasons, was
All right,
a reason to have home field advantage.
That's unnecessary. We didn't need that.
The Brewers were much better at home than they were on the road. I think there's a couple of instances where home field advantage matters in baseball.
Game 1 is Friday. The Blue Jays are plus 130 at home.
Okay.
I don't know. I think the Dodgers walk away with it. And I'm not just saying that because I put a ticket in for them to win the World Series and I want to be right. You know?
Now, the Dodgers series ended on Friday night.
Oh, you're saying a little rust versus rest?
I'm thinking that could be a case because you have a full week between games, whereas the Blue Jays played last night on Monday, then they have a couple of days off. So the rotation will be rested enough. I think it will be rust for the Dodgers and momentum for the Blue Jays. I would take a bite at a Blue Jays plus 130.
The Dodgers to win the World Series now, minus 220. The Blue Jays plus 180. Game 1, like I said, obviously different, but I still like the Dodgers to win this thing outright. And maybe I double down on this by going for a Dodgers sweep. I'm going to see what kind of odds I can get on that. What's our next stop here?
Next stop.
Seattle, Washington. The nightcap. The Pac-12 after dark, but in the NFL. In the Monday Night Football doubleheader, the final one of the season, the Seahawks beat the Texans 27-19. Take a listen to this situation. I did not stay up for this game. Did you?
I stayed up till halftime, so I went to sleep before you did.
D'Amico Ryans was speaking post-game about the final kickoff and what went wrong, what miscommunication happened, what did not get executed. Take a listen. Head coach D'Amico Ryans of the Texans.
Yeah, the plan at the end of the game was kicking the ball out of bounds so we could utilize the 2-minute and had a timeout. And we'd execute that again, just goes to the entire game. So, frustrating that we're not executing the things that we're coached to do.
All right, so the situation there is they were down 8. They needed to kick the ball out of bounds so that the 2-minute warning, so the clock wouldn't go under the 2-minute warning.
Free timeout.
So you either do an onside kick so the recovery and the kickoff will be quick, or you kick it out of bounds. That way, no matter what the field position is, you have to get a stop. You can't let them get 10 yards or the game is over anyway, and the kicker was unable to do so, and the Seahawks were able to easily milk the clock out. And we saw this happen earlier in the year.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to talk about this was, though, how insignificant does a player have to be for it to be okay for the coach to throw them under the bus? Because D'Amico Ryans literally just threw his kicker under the bus. But I have no problem with it because when you ask a guy who's getting paid a couple $1 million to kick the ball out of bounds, he should be able to do that.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone is insignificant enough or too significant to throw under the bus.
Yeah.
I think you can throw your $55 million quarterback under the bus because he's being paid to make certain throws, and he and the coach would both agree that when a ball is overthrown or underthrown or a route isn't ran the right way for a $35 million receiver, I don't shy away from throwing under the bus when it comes to head coaches when there are clear and obvious examples of a play being called, schemed correctly, planned correctly, and not executed correctly. I think it's when head coaches, they're allowed to do that. I think maybe players should not do it to one another.
And I'm also mean at the podium. In the locker room, everything's fair game anyways.
Right.
At the podium, though, the issue is with the kicker in that specific situation, I'm sure D'Amico was asked, hey, why did you decide to kick the ball to the Seahawks? And he's like, I didn't. I requested him to kick it. So it's like, technically, is it him covering his own ass because he doesn't want to look like an idiot on primetime football? Because you know how this goes. If D'Amico doesn't, quote-unquote, throw his kicker under the bus there, then the rhetoric is he doesn't know how to game manage, and the Texans are falling off because D'Amico Ryans isn't a good coach, and he should be on the hot seat and whatnot. So he's trying to let the media and the public know, I know what I'm doing. This idiot didn't get it done.
I see.
So I mean, that's why I don't have a problem.
Do you want him to, what else? How could you have answered that question without, one, what you were considering to be throwing him under the bus, or two, lying?
I'm just trying to be genuine because I'm from Houston. I want the best for the Texans. I want D'Amico Ryans to do well, but I'm also accountability man. I always say that leaders, quarterbacks, head coaches have to fall on their shield. They have to be the ones to say, hey, it's on me. We have to be better, and I have to be better.
It comes to a point, though, especially when things aren't going right. It's easy to just take to fall on the sword, to take shots you really shouldn't be. Behind the scenes, you did the right thing and someone else did the wrong thing, but you're the one with the microphone in your face, so you got to take ownership of it. It comes to a point, and I've experienced this in my life before. You can cover for people, and you can cover for people, and you can cover for people, but eventually when things aren't going right and the blame gets to start to point in your way where it's going to adversely affect your job security, you got to cut the crap. Like, yeah, I know. You need to kick the ball out of bounds in the situation.
Yes.
And that's what we wanted to happen.
That's what we told him to do.
That was completely and totally in bounds and what D'Amico Ryans should have said.
And for the fans of Theoretically Speaking, yes, I know. You want to see Tina in the happy hour. Trust me, that was our plan.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
us throwing her under the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I did not force feed her tequila or whatever. Like, what are you talking about? She knows it more than anyone else in our company that you are not allowed to drink and then go on air.
Yeah,
so
she's
what
a
did
manager.
Tina do?
She drank, and then
so
she's
she
like,
didn't
sorry.
go on air.
She said, sorry, guys, I had some alcohol, so I can't go on air. You chose to drink the damn alcohol.
That is just, all right, where are we going next?
What's next? Where's the accountability in that?
Stop. I don't even know where we're going next.
He doesn't even want to go anywhere next. You know where you want to go? 100 yards that way to Tina to go ask her why she decided to take a sip of margarita.
And then 25 yards to our other direction so I can tee off and play some golf.
Yeah, please.
Here's why we want to go next. I want to go to Los Angeles, California. Because if you rewind about 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, LeBron James promoted what was considered to be the hashtag Decision 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
Leading to 24 hours of speculation. We remember what happened in the first LeBron James decision. That resulted in LeBron James forming the Big Three, the Heatles in South Beach.
Nice.
This is Decision 2.0. LeBron James is getting up there in age. Is it possible that he's calling it quits just less than a month before the season began? But no, it ended up being a Hennessy promotion. Here is what Lou Will had to say on the FanDuel Sports Network about how he received the Decision 2.0 PR statement.
It's the dad and the coach in me, right? When you flirt with the Decision 2.0, the first time it was about the Boys and the Girls Club. And so when you do it again, you involve the kids. Like, my daughter texts me like, is LeBron retiring? And so now you have this age of kids waiting to hear this decision, and we're inviting them to a Hennessy party. You know what I'm saying? So the dad and the coach in me, I didn't love it, but, business is business, and sponsors are sponsors. So
Did you have any, you don't have kids, I don't have kids. Did you think of the kids when LeBron James?
No, I didn't think it. I'm sick of people thinking of the kids. I am so sick and tired of this. Like, a player celebrates too hard, they're like, think of the kids.
Exactly. JSN, do not dunk on that field goal. Think of the kids, the example that you're leading.
Also, Lou Will, were you thinking of the kids? Were you thinking of, and I don't want to get into your interpersonal relationships in your situations, but you got into LeBron's. There's a reason why Drake has a song talking about Lou Will and the multiple public girlfriends or significant others he had at once. Were you thinking of the kids when you were out parading around with your two girlfriends in the club? Can't be criticizing LeBron. Who is Lou Will? Who I get it, 6th man of the year, great basketball. I love me some Lou Will on the basketball court, but who is Lou Will to be the morality police on LeBron James?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, if this was like Grant Hill, if this was like Steph Curry that says this, I'm like, all right, this guy might have stuff to do. Lou Will, like Lemon Pepper Lou, slow down. That's all I'm going to say.
And that is your final destination of the safe-bound get-around.
Like I'm Lou Will.
So we do have NBA action tonight. It's starting the season with Thunder, Rockets at 7:30. Lakers, Warriors at 10 o'clock. Of course, KD making his debut with the Houston Rockets against his old love, the team that kind of drafted him. They did draft the franchise that drafted him in Seattle, and then he was, of course, a Thunder, earned the moniker Cupcake. That's going to be very fun. I'm going to watch that game.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. I mean, the NBA is going to be good tonight. I am glad that it's getting a bit of a standalone. No World Series, no baseball. No NFL, so you'll get your optionality to watch tonight, and it won't be interfered with much. Love is Blind's tomorrow, so I own the TV tonight, so it'll be good. That is the game I want to see most because the Rockets are rolling out the Monstars. Have you seen their starting lineup?
Are they, like, their size?
6'7", Amen Thompson is their point guard. 6'11", and he really is 7 foot, but 6'11", quote unquote, Kevin Durant is their shooting guard. And the rest of their starting lineup is all 6'11".
Did he hit a growth spurt at 38 years old?
He's 7 foot. He's been 7 foot. He just lists himself at 6'11". It's the KG thing. They list themselves as shorter so that they aren't, like, held to the standards of big men.
Oh, okay.
They are. It's kind of like it is.
It's like reporting your income as less.
As a tall basketball player, the taller you are, especially before like modern NBA, modern basketball, they will force you to want to play with your back to the basket. They would criticize you for not getting enough rebounds. They would try to relegate you to being a 5. So guys like Kevin Garnett and guys like Kevin Durant, who want to have more of a perimeter game, would lie about their height. KG is 7 foot as well, but if you look at anything where he's listed, it's 6'11", 6'11".
That's fascinating.
When you're a 7-footer, you get judged differently.
I guess so, because you're just looped in with the guys that are like Yao Ming and 7 whatever.
When you are, there's a reason why they call them 7-footers and not like
tall
6'11s or big. You don't want to be a 7-footer if you want to have a perimeter game and not be judged for it. I'm trying to think of the most recent example of somebody who was a 7-footer with a more outside game, but since they were a 7-footer, they were criticized. Joel Embiid gets criticized for that sometimes.
I can relate to that because I'm not a 6-footer. I'm a 5'11 and a half guy. Some people
like that standalone.
No.
You paused as if you said something else. You were like, hold on a second. All right, some people what?
Never mind. I'm not going to make the joke. Exactly.
Oh, my God.
I'm not a...
What were you...
Some people would claim 6 foot when they're 5'11 and a half.
Yes.
I don't do that because I don't want to say I'm 6 foot, and then when I come up
somebody
to you,
measures you?
Exactly, and they're like, wait a second, you don't look that tall. So I claim 5'11.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot.
So can you tell us about EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing? Because it's hot out here. It is scorching hot, and I know that you have the AC pumping for when you get home.
I do. I am an ACer. I am that kind of guy. I turn that AC on ASAP when I get in the crib. As a matter of fact, it stays on at all times because EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. That is the website to tap in on. They are the good people to tap in with because they have been keeping Palm Beach County cool for as long as you could know it. EDS stands for Everyday Savings. So if you try to go out somewhere and get some cut rate air conditioning and plumbing servicing, if you get a squad out there that says they can get you a good deal, just know that all good deals don't necessarily come with the kind of continuity, the kind of confidence that you can get when you have EDS air conditioning and plumbing. EDSisyes.com. Go online right now. See if you qualify for 60 months interest-free. Only for qualified customers, you can get 60 months interest-free on a new AC installation. You also can join as a Gold Plan member. That is 2 check-ins yearly, preventative care and repair. EDSisyes.com, same-day water heater replacement as well. These are the kind of things that are the necessities of life, and you can get them all from EDSisyes.com. They are the good people keeping you cool, so tap in with them for those everyday savings. EDSisyes.com.
I do want to open up the phone lines as well. Open up the Baptist Health hotline.
Let's do it.
For if there are people out there that claim heights that are not exactly as tall as they are, if they round up, 888-760-3776. Call into the Baptist Health hotline because I need to know if I'm alone in this.
Yeah.
Am I the black sheep of the family?
I need to know also how much are you able to round up. I have a fantasy football group chat today. There was some name calling, there was some bickering, there was some bullying going on because of the results of last night. One person called somebody out for being 5'7" or 5'2" or something like that, and the dude said, no, I'm 5'9", and then the results came back and he actually was 5'7".
Wait, he had him get measured?
I don't know if he got – I don't know what happened. I don't know how the particulars came out, but the dude said you 5'2", Buddy came back and said I'm 5'9", and then the survey says he's actually 5'7", and we were trying to debate whether or not you're allowed to round up 2 inches. So we need some anybody who is an expert in this. Maybe you've been on the dating apps. Maybe you've talked shop with people about this. Help us out. What's the etiquette around presenting your height to people? Is rounding up 2 inches against the law? And are you commending CCAT for being 5'11 and a half? And staying true to that and instead of saying 6 foot. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. Oh, you don't know what it is? Well, how about you come and find out? Step into Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. From the weekend warriors to the seasoned pros. I see a lot of weekend warriors right now hitting balls at the Boca Raton who are likely going to need an ice bath, probably a little Epsom salt, and maybe a little Baptist Health Orthopedic Care in their life afterwards.
When you're teeing off in front of a bunch of women who are just watching you, you put a little bit of extra into that, and you might tweak your back.
You have to. You absolutely. I don't blame them for doing so, but I also won't blame them for going to BaptistHealth.net/ortho and getting with our all-pro team that delivers the advanced care that you deserve. You might be an amateur, but you're going to get treated like a pro with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. So get back to doing what you love most and learn more at BaptistHealth.net/ortho. I actually take some off of my swing when I'm swinging in front of people, girls and men alike, because, well, at least I then can hit the ball. That's my thing. I don't care how much power I get off of it. It's got to be a clean hit. We saw a dude swing his driver here and go straight into the ground and hit no ball, and that was bad.
A whiff
that's
has what the kids call generational aura depth.
It's over. You can't do anything after a whiff in front of people. It's just
no. You are paying for things with food stamps in terms of aura. Like
you're done.
You want to look cool? Sorry, you'll have to wait until 2060.
Yeah, you're Tua at that point. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
All right, let's talk about your game day routine. You've got the jersey, the cooler, the tickets, but what about your ride? Show up looking like a champion with Unlimited Auto Wash Club. With 6 South Florida locations, every membership includes unlimited 100% hand washes, 1 per day, every day. From a quick exterior shine to the ultimate special with wax, Rain-X, and interior touch-ups, Unlimited Auto Wash keeps your car looking its best all season long. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO or visit a location today.
Fall just got sweeter at your neighborhood DQ Grill and Chill. This month, treat yourself to the brand new Reese's Oreo Blizzard. And if you're still craving the flavors of fall, you've got to try the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard and the Caramel Coffee Cookie Blizzard. If you're hungry for something savory, try DQ's new Sweet Chili Tossed Chicken Tenders or their famous Honey Barbecue and Wild Grill and Chill with 2 convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Canes fans, Hurricane football season is closing out October with a matchup against Sanford on Saturday, October 25th at 7 p.m. Then get ready as we head into November with back-to-back matchups, starting with homecoming against Syracuse on Saturday, November 8th, and Senior Day versus North Carolina State on Saturday, November 15th. Pack Hard Rock Stadium and get your tickets now at MiamiHurricanes.com/football tickets. That's MiamiHurricanes.com/football tickets, and go Canes!
You lather, rinse, moisturize, and repeat. At this point, you're practically training for the Shower Olympics. But here's the twist. It's not your shampoo's fault, it's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs your pores and dries out your hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower system today for only $79 a month. Visit Culligan.com for more information or just say,
Hey, Culligan man!
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
God knows. I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
You know, I play video games.
Yeah, from time to time.
I like to game a little bit. I like to hop on the sticks, man. I play a little CFB 26. I play a little Rocket League. I'm not the biggest video gamer on air at ESPN West Palm, though. I think we all can agree it's the guy that lined up for the latest, was it a Pokemon drop?
Yeah, he went out. He lined up at midnight at GameStop for a Pokemon video game at the ripe age of 30 years old.
Yes, Mike Rizzo, our guy. We love him. We care for him. We love the show, Russo and Rizzo, which you're going to hear next year on ESPN 106.3. But he's the biggest gamer of the bunch. And I learned, it's a copycat league. And I want to steal this from the NFL. I learned of a new way to punish Mike Rizzo to get him to straighten up if he has a couple of bad takes in a row or maybe he has a couple of bad shows. We found this out from the Baltimore Sun. They did a pretty much like an tell-all, an autopsy of the Ravens season so far, and this is a snippet that came from it. After the loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Ravens coaching staff removed several distractions from the locker room, including ping pong tables, cornhole boards, basketball hoops, and video game consoles. So the Chiefs didn't just whoop the Ravens' ass. They got them put on punishment.
Wow.
Them boys got them grounded. And to be honest, the Ravens still haven't won since, so I'm not sure if it worked. But maybe that's a new punishment we can use on our guy. Might.
They were on a bye, and they got Lamar back, I assume.
Yeah.
Soon.
You'll see some winning come out of that soon. I'm not sure if it's because they took their video games away. But, C-Cat, you would be a grumpy fellow if we took your racetrack away.
Oh, dude, I'd love the racetrack. It's more than just the one-stop shop for a football tailgate. They are your team's biggest fan. They've got a mentality, a style of convenience called whatever gets you going. So it's not just the gas. The gas gets you from point A to point B. But what good is getting from point A to point B if you are inconvenienced? Get your lunch, get your drink, get your snacks, all at Racetrack. It is your one-stop shop for your football Friday nights. I love Racetrack because they support our local community. They support your local high school football teams because together we are in this together with Racetrack. Try out their Tornadoes, like the roller dogs. They're taquitos, but 1,000 times better. Limited time only. Buy one, get one for $1. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
From the beautiful Boca Raton, that is C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3. Go in peace, go in love, go enjoy.
Gators fans, there are only 2 more chances to catch Florida football live in the Swamp this season. Join us for Military Appreciation Day versus Tennessee on November 22nd and Florida